Hello and welcome back to Etruria. Right, here we are with the Deutz far from the contract, which we will be using in our own field. By the way, we have been sorted financially for that contract. It was not our fault that the contract details only said about weeding, nothing else. No hoeing, no herbicide, nothing. So that, as far as I'm concerned, is sorted. We have other things to do now. So we are going to use this tractor because we have paid for it for the loan. So let's find weeders. It's right in front of my face, isn't it? There we are. And get that big one. We'll get the same one because it was a really good bit of kit. That's 12.4 meters. That's... Was it that one? Oh no, it was this one, wasn't it? So that's what they should have suggested, was a hoe. But that we do not need. We need one of these guys, which is still a massive bit of kit. But that is what we were using in the other field because it's a regular weeder, not required for bigger, cannot be used rather with the bigger weeds in the field. So this can only be used in the first growth stage. So we will get started with this one. This one unfortunately can only do. So I don't imagine that this would work for our field. But now that I'm thinking about it, could it not? Would it only do the big ones? I think this is why we need to lease out this guy. So we will do that for 2,000. So I know it's another expense, but it will be worth it in the long run, I promise. Especially with that field. Incredible, that field. Still kind of surprised that it even that all happened, to be honest. But now we will make our way down to that field and we can start the weeding. Alright, we're back here at the farm, and as you can see, the oat on the one side is looking great, the barley on the other is looking also great. We've got another bit of barley over here, got some apples going. It's all really coming together nicely. And then now we'll go down to our newest field, the newest addition to the farm. And it's not looking as nice yet. It's still a work in progress, but I mean, come on. It's going to be ridiculous once we actually get it started. So let's have a look and just see. Because as far as I'm aware, the entire field is basically weeds. Yeah. So what we'll do is we will fire up, well, unfold everything first. Might try going down this side, down the way, and then coming up the other side. We'll see how that works, if it works. Right, it is on, and we are on the way. Now let's just hang on a minute here and see how we've been doing. Oh yeah. So it will take a while. It's still a big job. Don't get me wrong. It's a big bit of kit as well. But it definitely is a big job. It's a bit slower. I could have increased the speed of it. But I decided now we'll just keep it the base game. See how it goes. Realistically, it'll give us a good idea of how big of a job this really is by going at the required speed as well. But and it's nice because it does give the option to drill in as well if you wanted to drill in some grass or something while you're weeding, which is a neat thing. But we do not. We just want to remove all the little weeds so that we can crack on with the next step, which would be to fertilize. Which, I've got to be honest, I have no idea about the sensor. I think I might just bugger it off, to be honest. I mean, I like the idea of it, but I also don't. So, yeah. We shall see. We'll see how quickly the fertilizer disappears. But even so, it went about the same with a sensor or not. Yeah, I suppose if we do have any misbits that seem, you know, sort of like predominant misbits, like big misbits, and we'll come back for them. But otherwise, it's no problem at all. Wonder if this is one of the bigger fields on the bloody map. I never really looked into that. I know there's some massive fields on this map, but this one is nice because it was close. I think there were a few factors there. Really wanted to get the flower production as booming as possible, as early as possible, which is why I bought a third field and decided to put oat in. But then I was looking around at some other of the fields, and there are some other fields that are a similar size to what we have. Maybe some a bit smaller, you know, some a bit bigger. But then this one was drilled as sorghum, which can also be turned to flour, and then from flour to whatever else you want. That's pretty much why I decided on this field, to be honest. Oh, we're going to clear that sign. Beauty. Was for the fact that it had sorghum in. Simple as that, really. The fact that it was nearby was a bonus, and the fact that it's massive is also, I guess, a bonus. But we haven't even done a headland yet. Nearly. But a job indeed. So when it comes time to harvest, I think I might have to... I'm kind of in two minds. Do I lease out one big harvester, or do I lease out a few small ones to do a few? Because basically everything will be ready at the same time. All of our fields will essentially be ready for harvest around July, if I'm not mistaken, possibly August. But I'm almost certain that July is going to be the date of harvest, or the month of harvest. But I'm not certain. So we'll see when that time comes. Because if we get one big harvester, then we can do the harvesting ourselves, and then maybe focus on some carting as well. Oh, we need a trailer. We cannot be doing these harvests with that tiny little trailer we have. We should probably sell that trailer, to be honest. And then invest in something a bit bigger. And then that is something we would probably want to not lease but buy, is a bigger trailer. Unless we get a grain lorry. But then we can at least store it here while we're harvesting and then bring it up to the mill when it's all ready. But yeah, we've got a few options. We've got a few things to concern ourselves with. But the primary is to weed this field and then fertilize it next. So I think the best thing to do would be to crack on with this job. Right, well, I think that is going to be it for the time being. Just with the rain arriving and all, it might be best to stop for now. We made some progress, actually. It was decent progress, to be honest. I think I may get a helper to do the rest. Just because as for a job, it's not the most enticing and all. Well, let's just shut it down for now. And as the rain is hit, we might have to have a kip through the rain before we fire them up again. But we can just head to the farm here and just have a look at all things to see how they're doing. Chickens, for example, are doing just fine. They do require some food, so maybe what we could do is actually head down to the shop and get ourselves a wheelbarrow, because then we'll be able to feed them with that. And I think we will do that, actually. Right, we'll get into the Fiat and then we'll mosey on down to the shop and buy a wheelbarrow. Right, here we are at the shop. Now we'll just get lined up over here. And I'm almost certain I have the wheelbarrow mod enabled. Yes, we do. We'll get a nice new one. We don't need an old one. Get a nice new one. Look at that. Perfect. Now, I need to confirm that this, because we might need a shovel, unless this one does come with the shovel. I think it might. I think it might do. Might put that off-road tag, because there is a bit of gravel round, so probably for the best. And can we make it a nice blue color? I think that'd be nice. Nothing against the green, the special green. But yeah, just have a nice blue. Brilliant. So we'll buy that. Perfect. Actually, before we load it up, let's have a cheeky bit of a test with it as well. See how it works. Oh, it's grand. It works exactly as you'd expect a wheelbarrow to work, to be honest. Now, how about the shovel? Beautiful. Okay. Plus, so if we do need to drop any onto the ground, any sort of grain, at least we can scoop it up with this. But also, we don't need to worry about that because we have the massive silo. So we'll just get this right near the front, actually. Yeah, just a bit. Oh, it's as close as we can get it. There we go. Sorted. Happy days. See you at the farm. Alright, we'll just park up here and we'll unload the wheelbarrow. Thing is, now that the rain has stopped, I think we can probably crack on with the weeding. And it does say that we do have some rain coming as well again afterwards, which is unfortunate. Just put that there. Let's find the... Right, so I have set up a course for it as well. Now, it's a bit different. I know you can probably change the directions in which they're going, but once they get to the bottom in the third row, it won't matter anyways. So I think what we'll do is we'll get them started. We'll see how this actually works. They might miss some bits we got on that side as well. But I think that should work out fine. Again, I know that we've already done part of that. And I'm sure I can adjust. Oh yeah, that's such a waste actually. Hang on a minute. So apparently there are ways to change the direction. That's the width, corners, radius. Yeah, see, that's not going to help at all. Lands, what does that mean? What the bloody hell? Yeah, no, okay, so never mind. You know, you can't actually change them. Might as well see what that one is. Right. Oh, I see. So if I were to generate that, it would go this way. But if I were to generate it at 90 degrees, then it should go the other way. Brilliant. Absolutely bloody brilliant. So we can probably reset that now. Back up at the top. Just have to see how far up it was. Oh, it's perfect actually right here. And then from here at least any missed bits can be taken care of appropriately. Oh yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay, brilliant. So that's underway. We can leave it to that. Yeah, with this field, I mean, let's be completely honest. Very good chance that that this kind of work is going to be done with a helper, just because it's manic, nearly, yeah, driving person mental. But that's okay. We're doing the tough jobs now. We've got the wheelbarrow. We're going to load it up with some grain. Bring it over to the chickens. Oof. It's a tough life, you know, loading up wheelbarrows. Right, there's the pipe. Now we have to be fairly accurate with this, I think. Nice, it is instantly full. Brilliant. Might as well just turn around here. It's not like the trailer where it's a bit difficult to turn around here. Oh, unless we're driving into poles. What's going on? Told you, the tough jobs, mate. Tough jobs. Very pleased with my blue wheelbarrow now. It will be very useful. Very useful for feeding chickens. I don't know what else we'd possibly ever use this for, aside from this, but I think it was just about here to unload their food. Nice. They still require more, though. They do. Hungry chickens. But at least they are nearly at time where they can reproduce, which is very, very good. Because then the sooner that we get more chickens, and the sooner we can get more eggs and all that. Also, I do need to check our production. So I've heard a couple of things about productions. One, that you don't need firewood for the pasta making. So I'm not sure what how I've misread that, because it's clearly written there. But we'll have a look in a minute. And another thing that I've seen people struggle with is the inability to unleash a production. So maybe we can do a cheeky test on that before we do. But what am I going to do otherwise? Buy the bloody thing? It would take a long time to hit the lease point of it anyways. Oh my goodness. Okay, at least we can test. God, now we got to clean it all up. There we go. Just like that. Happy days. Right, now we can, well, we should probably put this in, put it in one of the bays. Oh, right, I've also put the pallets up top, well, a couple of them. As you can see, the rest of the fertilizer went into the spreader already. Yeah, we'll put this on the far side. Yeah, as you can see, I've got the, got some up there, some pallets nice and stored away, which is really good that we have that as an option. So thank you to those comments who mentioned that. Did not know it was for pallets. So good. Right, let's have a look at the map. They're getting on just fine. Little bits like that doesn't matter at all. But if we go to productions and we go to the mill, where did I see... Oh, that's just for bread. Wait, where's the bloody... Oh, right. I'm not even looking at the right thing. That's just bloody bread. That would be why. So yeah, you don't need firewood for pasta. Just eggs, or no eggs, really. Right. Why was I thinking it was at the bakery? What was I on? Right. Where is this then? Because it's not where I thought it was, and that's fine because we don't need to faff with the bloody bakery. Right, it's so far away, but that's good. I'm very pleased, actually. We'll be able to go down to the little city centre there, a little, well, city bloody village, centre of the village, to use the pasta factory. So yeah, I'm not sure how I saw that. I just immediately saw bakery and thought that's where we're going. We're not making bread, so we don't need to worry about firewood or trees or any of that. Basically, just flour. We could do egg pasta, which is normally what you use to make pasta is flour and egg, but this one should suffice. But eventually we will have eggs, so it's not like we can't do that. But we'll see what happens with that in time. Right. So as we look at our fields, yeah, C5 maybe would have been the one that makes the most sense to buy over 6 if it didn't have bloody carrots in. I mean, that's that's kind of the thing there for that, having the carrots in. But other than that, as we go through the months, I mean, we're well on our way to to buying this farm. You know, and as I say, that's kind of the goal. And we'll get field 9 with it. And then, I mean, 10, 19, any of these really do seem to make sense along with the farm itself. But unfortunately, as we know, the farm itself is £3 million. So, well, 3.5 million euro. So, but it does come with a field, so that's good. One field. But now we do have proper investment opportunities. And we do still have our massive loan. So we do have to keep an eye on that as well. Right. Oh, right. We've got the bakery. Oh, sorry. The pasta factory still tagged there. So we'll untag that. And actually, you know what? Let's go have a visit. Let's go check it out. Beautiful. So imagine we just kind of load up all of the... actually, we can see for ourselves what's going on here. Oh, these cars are parked up. I thought they were waiting in a queue or something. All queued up to go, as you do. Right, let's go to interactive zones and see. Beautiful. So we put our pallets in there. And then we unload them here. We load up the pasta from there. The thing is... Right, so we can lease it. Oh, it's cheaper as well. But we need both. We need the mill first, and then we need the factory here. So my thinking with this being up here is that we'll actually need some sort of a forklift here as well, because we won't be able to probably just to load them. We'd have to actually load them up here, which makes sense because then they have to be loaded into the factory itself. But that's good to know, because then we might have to bring the Landini down, or perhaps even just get ourselves a small forklift. I'm just thinking of what we would need a forklift for in the future if we did buy one. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, we shall see. Right, back to the farm here. We pretty much just waiting for this to do its thing. We could finish it up ourselves, to be honest, though. And that might be the best thing to do if we can see the weeds. I mean, the weeds are nearly done. It's just so difficult to see. That's my biggest thing for having this helper in right now, is just that it is quite difficult to see where we've been. See, even this close, you can't really see all where we've been. But yeah, I'm just trying to make out how to best. I mean, some of the weeds are quite obvious as well, but... Anyways, at least we're cracking on. I'm trying to think of what else we can actually get sorted for this month, because we don't need to do fertilizer in this month, but we should. Actually, you know what? That's what we can do. That's what we can get started with right now, is we can get the... We could actually probably do it while it's weeding, to be honest. Yeah, that makes most sense. Sorry, chickens. Pardon. But now, do we have enough fertilizer? That will be the telling thing here. Because yeah, ideally, I'd like to return this weeder and tractor and all. Blocked and unblocked all in one session. That's good. Because next month we might not be able to get in here with this tractor. Yeah, it might be a bit of a push. So I think it is best to do it in May. And it's a beautiful day. Look at that. We do have some rain coming, though. When? Oh, way later on in the day. Oh, yeah, we've got loads of time. All the time in the world, actually. So this is a senseless, not senseless, but senseless application. Let's go across the top here first and just to see. So it's going quickly, but not really any quicker than with the sensor. Not only that, but it is literally filling in the entire gap of missing nitrogen, which is not just a small application. So that's why it's going, yeah. So the sensor, I think, I'm going to go off the basis that it's not required It is more of an aesthetic thing. It doesn't really serve a purpose. Maybe like more of a realism thing, and as I've said, that's how I prefer to do it. But why is it such a faff to use? I think it's because it's not necessary. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not practical to use. Like, it is though, in a way, isn't it? I don't know. Anyways, at least I feel like if I follow this tram line, it's perfect. Maybe that's the point. For the perfect width as well. We are going to need some more fertilizer though, which is a bit of a bugger. Quite a bit more, it would seem. But at least we can manage to get this done. Might have to get the fertilizing done, or finished up rather, in the next one, just to wrap up the month of May. But yeah, if we get on this tram, that's perfect. Ah, brill. Nice. Well, let's see how far we get once we reach the end of this. Because then, yeah, that could be a nice way to sort of end May. We'll just get this field done very quickly. And then wait. Then we wait for harvest. Oh, I've definitely overshot that one. There we go. Right, nearly there. Okay, so we've covered not even a headland. And that was, oh, what was it, 1100. So then we'll do another 3-4 bags, possibly. Maybe 4 bags just to have them. And then at least we, well, that's a lot. That's it. They're expensive, those bloody bags. Right, well, we need to do it anyways. So maybe that's something we should do, but let's check on that on the weeder first. See how far along they've got. Ah, nearly done. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll take the Fiat down to the shop, and at the very least we can collect our fertilizer. And here we are back at the shop. We love coming to the shop, don't we? Always spending bloody money. But in this case, it's for good reason. I mean, it always is, isn't it? It's not like we're buying things we don't need, really. Anyways, let's look at our solid fertilizer. So, yeah, we'll just go with a few big bags. I was going to do just 3, but maybe 4 would be good, because we will need it eventually for other things. So, yeah, go on then. Let's do 4 of them, and then that should actually be one. That's nearly perfectly lined up as well for the Merlot. And I think upon arriving to the shop, I noticed that the helper has completed their task. So we'll have a quick look at that before we wrap things up. But I think for now, we'll just focus on loading the solid fertilizer into the Fiat in preparation of taking it back to the farm. And doing the probably finishing up the fertilizer in the next episode, to be honest, because then we can just have a quick final sort of overview of May before we move on, and then June will probably be fairly quick as well. We might even be into harvest time by next episode, which I can't say for certain, obviously. But anyways, let's get these strapped in as best they can be. Well, that'll do, I suppose. Right, we'll just back this up here for a moment, and we'll just leave it there for now. But yes, let's have a quick look at the map here. Let's look at our weeds. Done and dealt with. There's a little bit there, so maybe on the way out I'll quickly get that before we take it back to the shop. But we will have we'll have the tractor returned. We'll have our own weeder that we leased out returned, because the other one is over there, the one that we could not use for our field. But then we can head back to the farm and get the fertilizing done. And then, as I say, we are done. Because if we look at the calendar, we'll look at this one more time before we pop off. We are in June, July for barley. For some reason, I can't remember at all if I did it in September, October. I think it was September, because I wanted to get it done. But I might have waited till October anyways. June, July for barley. Why did I go there down to wheat? Oat, we need oat, yeah. July, August. And then sorghum will be August, September. So really, it's perfect, like 1 month after the other, which is maybe why we would just get one sort of bigger harvester instead of small ones, because then we can do one each month. But I think the barley might be July, so we might have a bit of an overlap, but I think the sorghum will be its own thing. So we have a few nice harvesters we can have a look at as well. But if we do get a few cheaper ones, that might help in the process of it as well. But we'll just look at all of that when that time comes. The next thing we have to do in the next episode is to fertilize. That's the main focus. And then get through June before harvest summer, which is very exciting. Anyways, that is where we will leave this one for today. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, cheeky thumbs up always does help out the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Till the next one though, please do take care, and bye for now.